Welcome to MMA Daily, your go-to source for daily updates, breaking news, and in-depth analysis from the world of MMA. Stay tuned for the latest on fights, fighters, events, and everything you need to know about the sport that never stops. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with all the action. Starting off, Joe Rogan shares interesting theory on why Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev hasn't been booked. Moving on, manager says no politics. Alex Pereira's next title defense will be versus Magomed Ankalaev. Lastly, Umar Nurmagomedov's coach responds to Merab Dvalishvili claiming UFC 311 title fight is undeserved. UFC color commentator Joe Rogan believes he knows what the holdup is with Alex Pereira's next title fight. Fight fans who have been paying attention to the light heavyweight title picture can conclude that Magomed Ankalaev is a clear, deserving #1 contender. Ankalaev hasn't been defeated since his UFC debut back in March 2018, and it remains the lone defeat of his pro MMA career. More recently, the Russian contender defeated Aleksandar Rakic via unanimous decision to improve his record to 19-1, 1 NC. Recently, Pereira insisted that Ankalaev won't be fighting him for the light heavyweight gold next, and Rogan thinks he knows why. He's supposed to be fighting Ankalaev. Ankalaev is very dangerous, and he's the #1 contender, and he's been on a winning streak for a long-ass time. He's only got one draw, and that was to Blachowicz, who was the former champion. He's at the top of the heap, and he's been waiting for a title shot for a long time. But he's been talking a lot of and Alex doesn't like that he talks, so he's like, make him wait. Alex just said that he's gonna fight in March and that he's not gonna fight Ankalaev. Because if he's fighting in March, when is Ramadan? February 28th to March 29th. That's exactly during the time period when Pereira is going to fight. Pereira's last bout took place back in October. He defeated Khalil Rountree via 4th round TKO to successfully retain the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship for the 3rd time. It's MMA, so anything can happen, Ali Abdelaziz acknowledged. But absent some fluke, he says the next UFC Light Heavyweight title fight is all but locked up. It's been the consensus anyway that 205-pound champ Alex Pereira, 12-2 MMA, 9-1 UFC, will take on Abdelaziz's client Magomed Ankalaev, 19-1-1 MMA, 10-1-1 UFC, next. But Pereira has made some intimations that the UFC might have other ideas. And Abdelaziz thinks there might be a little gamesmanship going on from the Brazilian. If so, it's for naught, is what the longtime manager surmises. Alex Pereira is fighting Magomed Ankalaev next. The UFC, everything can be maneuvered, get delayed. In the UFC, the best fight with the best. It's the only promotion in the world, I can tell you this. If you keep winning, you get to fight for a title. There's not too much politics in the UFC. He put himself back in position after a knockout of Johnny Walker and a decision over Aleksandar Rakic this past October, and Abdelaziz said the Russian is confident he can take Pereira out. Pereira, a former middleweight champ, defended his light heavyweight title 3 times in 2024 and became arguably the UFC's biggest active star. I think this is one of the most intriguing fights. Ankalaev, what he told me, he said, I'm not wrestling with this guy. I'm going to show everybody why if Israel Adesanya can knock this guy out, Izzy cannot even wash my boots in striking. I'm going to knock Alex Pereira out and I'll get the respect I've been deserving for a long time. I believe it's a long test to strike with this guy and knock him out, but I believe Magomed Ankalaev can do it. Umar Nurmagomedov's coach doesn't understand why Merab Dvalishvili feels his fighter doesn't deserve his UFC 311 title fight. Nurmagomedov is scheduled to challenge Dvalishvili for the UFC Bantamweight Championship on January 18th. It'll Nurmagomedov's first crack at UFC Gold. He earned the title opportunity after defeating Corey Sandhagen via unanimous decision back in August 2024. Dvalishvili has argued that Sandhagen was the only noteworthy name Nurmagomedov has beaten and therefore doesn't deserve the championship fight he's getting. American Kickboxing Academy head coach Javier Mendez reacted to Merab Dvalishvili's comments. This is what I say. When he fought Corey Sandhagen, UFC said that whoever wins that fight would fight for the title, whether it was going to be Sean O'Malley or Merab. That's what the UFC told Umar and Sandhagen. So why now that the fight is over and Umar won, why is it that what UFC had said should no longer be true? UFC wants this fight. That's why they brought Umar to the sphere, right? Thanks for watching MMA Daily. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily MMA content. See you next time.